Hi friends, in this video I am going to show you how to write a function by the help of RStudio. Before writing a function in RStudio, we have to know the basic syntax of R and the basic operation of R such as matrix, data frame, list and all them. So suppose in this case I have to make a vector with name x, c is for combined, and I am going to combine these words 2, 8, 15, 16, 48, 53, 54 and 75 in x. For running this code we have to press Ctrl and enter. Okay, and we find that all these values are stored in x, then we can print x to see the value. Print x, it is show the value of x. Okay, so now in this video I first want to know, is there any odd or is there any even in this series? So to identify the odd number and even number, we have to know what is the process by which we can identify whether this number is odd number or even number. Okay, so suppose for an example, if we are talking about 14, so 14 is even number. How do we know? We have to divide the 14 divided by 2. If the remainder is 0, then it is a even number. If the remainder is 1, then it is a odd number. In the same way, R also do the same thing. For find out the remainder, there is a code percentage and percentage used to identify the remainder. Okay, just run this code. For percentage and percentage 2 is equal to 0. It indicates that this is the remainder of, if we divide 4, if 4 divided by 2, then the remainder will be 0. Okay, it indicates that it is a even number. Okay, the same case, instead of 4 we can use x. Okay, just run and it identify the position value, the element in x series which is odd and which is even. First is 0, second is 0, it means first and second are even number. Third is 1, it indicates that the third element of x series is odd number. Then fourth and fifth even number, sixth odd number, seventh even number and eighth is odd number. Okay, so if we use double percentage and 2, then it is show whether the remainder value of all the element. Okay, but what we want to identify, whether where is which item or which position of x are showing the remainder is 0. So we can use a logical function. This is from x double percentage to up to this is the remainder, and we have put a logical function is equal to 0. Okay, it means which remainder is equal to 0, that is even. So just run this code. Okay, it indicates the true and false value. The first position true, it means first and second position are even number, then false means it is odd number. The same way we can identify the true and false for the odd number. So the same syntax, x double percentage 2 double equal to 1. It means where the remainder is 1, where the remainder is 1, that is true, and if not 1, then false. Okay, so it indicates the same things. False for first and second position, true, here the remainder is 1. And now we can identify which position, means which element of x is odd number or even number. So we have to put another syntax or the code which are inside the bracket, the remainder double equal to 1. The remainder double equal to 1, it was indicate the even number where the remainder is 1, and which indicate which position, which means it gives the position value, first position, second position, third position, or which position. Just run. It indicate the remainder is 1 for third, sixth and eighth item. Third, sixth and eighth item. So when we identify the third, sixth and eighth item of x, okay, so we can run this x. We also know that if we want to extract any value from x, then we have to put this square bracket. Okay, and we have to put here the position, the fifth position, then we can identify fifth position value is 48. So the same way here, what we have to do, x then which then remainder is equal to 1. It means which the which value or the which element is odd Okay, the element is 15 or the number is 15, 53 and 75 is your. In the same way we can identify for the even number, just change it to 0 and enter. 2, 8, 16, 48 and 54 are the even number in this X series. Okay, so this is a simple syntax, but we have to know, again I am repeating the same thing. For identifying the remainder we have to use double percentage. For logical function or true false value we have to use double equal to 0 for the even number, double equal 1 for the odd number. To identify the positional value of odd and even number we have to put which. Then to identify the value, not the position, to identify the value here, to identify the value, this is not position. To identify the value we have to put the series name, then inside this box, inside the square bracket we have to put the position. Actually here it indicates the position in X, then we have to put the position. It will show which value are odd and even. Then come to the next, how to write a function. Suppose I am going to write a function is.odd. Is.odd means whether it is odd or even. Function of three parts. First one is your name of the function, second one is your input, and third one is your return. This is simple things. So we have to put the name of the function, then write function, then input. Here my input is X, then start the curly bracket, and then we have to put the code. Here the code is X %2 equal to 1. It indicates this is for the remainder part, and double equal to 1, it means it identify if this is odd number then true, if it is even number then it is false. So just run this code, Control R. Okay, then test the code. Is.odd I have to put here 88, so it indicates false, it is not odd, it is a even number. Okay, for a series of number, if we have a series of number we have to put C before this number, and we have to write all these numbers separated by comma inside the bracket. Okay, is.odd, then okay, it is so that whether first item is odd, it is true, second item is false, it is not odd, it is the even number. In the similar way you can find all these things. For the same way, if we want to run a code or make a function for even number, the simple thing is we have to change only one things. The for the code is.odd and is.even is same, but we have to change this one. Okay, for even number the remainder should be 0, and we have put here 0 to identify whether it is even number or not. Simple way, test. So to test, X are the are vector, and it indicate first second item as true, it means this is even number, otherwise other are odd number, and fourth and fifth also even number, seventh also even number. Okay, so this is a simple way how to write a function. So we have to put the name of the function is.even, then write function, then use input for X. It may be X, may be Y, it is depends on you. If you have changed this X to Y, then you have to put here Y. Okay, so this indicate the logical value, whether it is true or false, whether the remainder is 0 or not. This is simple function code. Okay, but if the code length is more than one line, this is a one line code, this is a one line code, or the body of the code is, the body of the function is simply one line. If the lining is more, then we have to put another code that is known as your return. Okay, now the function is names, then input of the function, then body of the code, then which item or which result we want to return, or the on the basis of output. So we have to write a return, and inside the bracket we have to put R. Okay, this is the same way, just here my code is MySum, function is function of X, R equal to sum of X, and return X. This is just run this. Then I want to make a sum of X series, then MySum, and inside the bracket it is X, and it is so that the total summation value is 271. In the simple way you can also use the sum of x, and it also show the same result, because this same code we have to put here. Okay, clear? So come to the next point, whether the input have more than one. Here the input is one, only x, where the input are more than one, or any logical operation is added in the input function. Okay, so second, I am also doing the same thing. This is my sum, name of the function, then function, then x. Our first input is x, our second input is odd equal to false. It indicates that if odd equal to false, then what is the result, and if odd equal to true, then what is the result. Okay, if odd equal to false, I want to determine the total sum of the x series. If odd equal to true, then I want to identify only the addition of odd item. Okay, so I have to here one more effort. So here r is equal to sum of x, r is equal to sum of x. Then I have to put another syntax here. If odd is equal to, for the logical function we have to put double equal true. If odd is equal to true, just there is no logic for putting here false and putting here true, but for a genuine sense we have to put opposite to the option. Okay, then start the curly bracket and end the curly bracket, just put enter, and we have to put the code here for if r is odd. So what happened here, first of all we have to identify which are the odd item, Suppose you are here I put a, okay, and I want to identify the odd item. So how can I identify? X, then bracket will start, then which, then again bracket will start, and x double percentage 2 is equal to 1. So I have already used this syntax, which sorry, I have to put this bracket here. Okay, which, so for running this we find the value of reminder. If we running from here to here, it indicates whether there is true or false, then we can identify the position by using the which function, third, sixth and eighth item, and we have to identify the odd item from the x series. So we have to run from this to this, and now I am going to make a sum, and I am putting the same name which is the result, and here I have put here r is equal to sum of, not here x, here a, because a indicate the total odd number, or the which are the odd number arise in, or sorry, exist in x vector. Okay, so it's the same thing, nothing is nothing here more. For this purpose I have to add one or two more line. If odd is true, first we have to identify which are the odd number inside the x, Okay, so identify a stored all the odd number in the x, all the odd number in a, and then sum of the a, and the result also written in the same name as before. Okay, if this condition is fulfilled, then r will be this, otherwise r will be sum of x. These are simple things. If odd is true, then r will be sum of a, otherwise r is the sum of x. Just, and for the output purpose we have to write a return r. Okay, just run this function, Control R, and just test this function. Here odd equal to false, here for odd equal to false is the default for your function. So if we run this, then here default is odd equal to false, so there will be that will be give the result of sum of all the number. Okay, if we add here, 1 minute. Okay, and the second element we have to put here true. Then it gives the result of only the odd number. Okay, the summation of only the odd number. Remember one thing, when we assign a particular value or the particular element to the input, that will be default for that. Otherwise it will be it may not be default for that. So for the default purpose, you may write these things, right? You may write the false or not. It is not necessary. The result will be given in a default basis. Okay, but when you want to execute the extra additional option, then you have to put the additional option here, and the result will show you the summation of all the odd numbers. Okay, this is a simple way. This is the way how to add one additional number. So one additional input. Suppose there is we want to add more than one additional input. So just put the summation of all the number, summation of only the odd number, summation of only the even number. Then we have to modify the code in a small manner. Okay, just I am copy from here to here and put here, paste, and I have to change this option only. Okay, so just put here option opt is equal to, suppose here all. Okay, so I am here putting a note, option might be all, odd, or even. If the option is all, it will provide summation of all the number. Okay, and here option equal to all, it means the default option is all. If you are not put all, then also it will provide the summation of all the number. If you will put the odd instead of all, then it will show you only the summation of odd number. If it will even, then the result will show you only the summation of even number. Okay, so in this case we have to use the if else function. If else function. So what is the if else function? In case of if else function, we have to put first if, then condition, then starting of the curly bracket, then else. Here we can write if the condition is satisfied. If yes, if the condition is satisfied, then what will be the code? Or else, then again curly bracket will be start. If it is not satisfied, then what will be the code? So this is a simple format for the if else function. For if, then condition. If condition is yes, then what is the code? Else, what is the code? Okay, right now in this function I am going to use the nested if else function. It means first it will be if else, then again inside the else we are going to put again the if else function. Okay, just go to the function, we will remember all these things. Just I'm just going to remove this code and remove this return also. So this is the end bracket of the function, end of the function, and put here end. Then first I'm going to the first if function, if and else function. So I am writing here if, okay, then curly bracket, okay, then put enter. Then here I have to put else, then curly bracket, then put enter. So this is the starting point of first if function. So I am put here if 1, and this is the end of if 1. And this is not necessary, but for the fundamental point of view, we have to add here to identify from where to where this function is exist. Okay, so first condition is if option is all. If option is all, so here option double equal to, for the logical purpose we have to put double equal. If option is equal to all, then what is the code? What is the code? R will be summation of x. These are simple things. R will be summation of x. Okay, then else, if it is not happened, if option is not all, then what happened? Then inside the else function I am going to put another if else function. So here if, then the same thing, put the curly bracket, then here else, okay, then put the curly bracket, then this will be your end of the second if function, end of the second if function. So just put enter. This is the if second if function start, and this is the second if function end, if second. Okay, we have to put here another enter. Okay, so the condition if option is equal to odd, if the option is equal to odd, then what is the result? We already have discussed about the odd, so we have to identify the odd number, then we have to make the summation of all these odd number. So just copy from the previous function. If option is odd, then in case of condition is satisfied, we have put here a is the list of odd number, then sum of a, else if it is even number. Okay, else if it is even number. For even number we can put here 0. This is the simple things. One if function. So if option is all, then what happen? R equal to summation of x. Else, inside the else function again we put another if function. If option is odd, then we have to identify the odd number, then the summation of odd number will be stored in R. Okay, else we have to identify the even number, then the sum of even number will be stored inside the R. Okay, at the end of this if function, what happened? We have to return this result. So return of R. The simple things. I hope you understand these things. Just run this code. Okay, then test the code. My sum, total summation equal to 271. Here I have not put anything except x, because I have my input was x and second was the option, and here the option, default option is all. If I am not going to put anything as the option, then it will be show the result of summation of all the x value. Clear? Okay, for the second we can put here, instead of option we can put here odd. Just controller, the result is show only the summation of odd number. Okay, if we put, just put here once 0. Okay, if we put even, just copy these things. If we put here even, the result show the summation of all the even number. We can add 128 and 143, it will get 271. It's clear. This is simple, but not that much of difficult, but we have to concentrate on the if function. What actually happened here? First if function show if the option is all, okay, then the result will be this. Then inside the else function we put another if function, which says from here to here. That's why I tell that we have to put the number of starting and ending of the if function. Okay, second if function show that if option is odd, then this is the result. We have to identify the odd number, then summation of the odd number. Else means if it is not all, it is not even, it is not all, it is not odd, then it will be even number. So else we identify the even number, so just we put here 0 instead of 1 to identify the even number, and R equal to the same thing, sum of a. Then run this code, and at the end of this the default value of it was all. That's why my sum x show the result of summation of all the element. If we put odd, then only the odd summation of odd item. If we put even, then only the summation of even item will be identified. So this is a function which show how more than one option can be executed. So you can use more than one input also. Here you can put here another option, maybe anything, and you can put here this conditional option 3 dot, that will be help to add anything in a future. Okay, so I'm just going to the next option. But in the previous section, we already discussed, in the previous function, we already discussed about how to change more than, how to use more than one option as the input. So now in this next function, I'm going to show you how we can extract more than one output from your function. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this thing from starting of this function to end of this function. Not okay, and paste. Okay, so I want to identify here more than one output. I want more than one output. So if when we want to store more than one element, we have to use C command, C before the bracket. Okay, so in the same way, if we want to extract more than one output, then we have to use list function. Okay, we can use here list, then start the bracket, then separated we can put our name of the result. Suppose first one is result, result indicate what? R, because we want to a list inside the output, and the name of the list is result. Okay, name of the list is result, and it is show R, it is show the result of R. In second, if we want to identify the value of x, suppose name of value of x is x and the value of x is x. The x is shown as capital X, the value of small x will be stored in capital X. Okay, the next, what was the option? Actually, what was the option in the above? So we can here use option use, equal to option is equal to option. This is a simple way. So actually what happened, this is the name. If we want to extract more than one result, then we have to put randomly some name for that particular result. Okay, inside the result option, it is show the result. Inside the capital X option, it is show the element value. Inside the option use, it is show the option. What are the option you have used? All or even or or. These are simple things, not difficult. Okay, just run this code. Okay, then right here MindSum, and put here X, control, run this. It provide three list of result. Okay, first one is result, this is the result. Second one is X, what are the X value. Third one is your option use, you are using the all option. Clear? So it provides the separate result for each individual output, So how can we extract this? So we can store the my function result in an element. Suppose we store this in fit, we store result of my function in fit. Okay, control enter. Then we want to identify what are the elements are stored inside the fit. Then we can write here names of fit. Okay, it indicates that there is one is result, another is X, and another is option use. If we want to only the result, then we can put here fit, then $sign, then result. Fit $sign, then result, only for the result. For the use option, we can identify extract fit $sign, then use option. So it will show which option is used here. Okay, so this is a simple thing, and the function is more comparatively easy in R. I hope this video will be beneficial for you. Thank you for watching.